happy that you popping and they stopping. You can't happy that you packing and they lacking. You can't happy that you great and they late. You happy and they crappy. Ain't got nothing to do with you. That's a damn problem. That's a damn problem. That's a damn problem. Ain't got nothing to do with you. That's a damn problem. That's a damn problem. That's a damn problem. Ain't got nothing to do with you. That's a damn problem. Love you, bye.
Thank you to those of y'all who've been tuning in and tapping in with me. I appreciate the subscribes. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate all that. I appreciate y'all. So definitely thank you for that. And Merry Christmas to you if you celebrate it. So I was at work when I got the information about the verdict of the Tory case. My brother had called me and told me. So I wasn't able to like respond to nothing at that moment in time. But let's get into it. So first and foremost, the guilty verdict does not mean that he did it. And I know that that's a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow, but it doesn't mean he did it. A guilty verdict just means we went into this situation with the intentions of locking someone up, if not locking him specifically up. Like, let's just be real about that. I've been seeing a lot of comments and stuff up under, you know, other blogs and stuff like that. And it's really crazy because at the end of the day, like, nobody is taking into account that the information that was put out, or how it seemed like the information was being put out, it just was inconsistencies everywhere, which should have created tons of reasonable doubt, right? I think on one post I had saw that it was an all-woman jury. So the fact that there are some people saying that he used his son or tried to use his son for sympathy, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, they picked a jury that would operate in Meg's favor. Because when it comes down to it, the whole protect black men and protect black women thing needed to be brought up for whoever has a hand in this. You feel what I'm saying? That needed to be one of the main focuses once again in America when there's other important things going on. So that brings us into the next situation. This is not either of those on a surface level. So what I mean by that is you can't sit here and accuse people of not protecting black women when clearly, well, it's clear to some people, but clearly Tory is protecting a black woman. He's protecting Kelsey, allegedly. I'm gonna have to look. Matter of fact, let me look it up now. Because, like I said, I have not been able to, like, keep up with this case. I be working and I drive, so I can't just be looking at my phone every 5 seconds. So, word on the street is Tory paid for Kelsey's lawyers. Okay. I'm not seeing nothing that says he paid Kelsey. Okay, hold on. I just found it. It didn't come up. I looked, Twitter came up, and I was trying to see if anybody has some sense there. But yeah, so allegedly he paid for Kelsey's lawyers. So if that is in fact the case, then wouldn't that be considered protecting black women? Because had he not paid for her lawyers, maybe she wouldn't have been able to, you know what I'm saying, sway the way she swayed it with her stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. So yeah, I don't see where the situation is a not protecting black women situation. Also, didn't he protect Megan when he didn't tell Kelsey that he was messing around with her? I mean, I know a lot of people might get mad at that statement, but didn't he protect her? Because I'm just saying, I don't know how this whole protect black men and protect black women thing like really works, because, you know, I have my own thoughts on the world. So this is just, it's just really weird. So as far as the protected black man, I feel like it has everything to do with that. And I feel like that because we have, for the past, I'll say maybe 3 months at best. I mean, I know it's been longer. But most recently, we've been sitting here watching, you know what I'm saying, black men be scrutinized in the media. We've been watching, and let me say this. This is like public figures. This is entertainers that we're talking about. So I can only imagine what's going on behind the scenes, or maybe people are not like this off the internet. Maybe they're not like this off the internet. Maybe they actually have sense off the internet, because from my perspective, it just seems like we have continuously watched black men be scrutinized in the media. Of course, mostly celebrities, or if you can catch the stories of, you know, quote unquote average Joes, then yeah, those situations. But most blasted information is of celebrities. So like, where was all this energy? Where was all this protect this and protect that over these last few months when Kanye was being accused of being anti-Semitic? Like, did anybody go look that up? I posted a video about it because I've heard it before. So when I heard it, it wasn't as alarming this time, because I was like, oh, okay, I've heard people talk about that now. So yeah, I made a video on it. You can check it out or whatever. But everybody was like, oh yeah, well, Kanye's crazy, this, that, and the other. Okay, cool. Where was this protect anybody when Kyrie was getting in trouble for the same things, and then meanwhile still helping other people? You feel what I'm saying? Like, am I missing something? Like, is there some type of formal paperwork that I need to look over for the protect black women and protect black men situation? Because I'm just feeling like something be all the way off all the time, and it causes a whole lot of ruckus. And I just really want to know, like, are people like this in real life? Like, the way that y'all view these situations with these entertainers, is this how y'all view life for real? Because if so, then, like, I don't want to say there's no hope, But I really want to say that some people are really lost. Because from my perspective, I'm looking at it as you have a female who felt like, well, it's okay if I sleep with my best friend's man. It's okay if I don't tell her. It's okay if I get upset because he's flirting with somebody else when he was cheating on my friend anyway with me. But now I can be upset because now he's trying to get with somebody else. So since I'm so upset and I'm so in my feelings, I'm going to create a scene. I'm going to cause a situation. I'm going to wreak havoc. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm missing something clearly. Like, I gotta be missing something. Because when did it become okay for you to sleep with your best friend's man? When did it become okay for you to do a tour of interviews slandering this man, swaying people, playing America's greatest victim, or at least one of them? When did it become okay for that to be a thing? And then and then use situations of the world as your sympathy factor. Because everybody wants to talk about, oh, Tory brought his son for sympathy and this, that, and the other. No, Megan been trying to get sympathy this whole time. Megan been doing interviews. Megan been calling the laws every time Tory look at her wrong. Every time he tweets something, even if it sounds like it applies to her. He had a whole gag order on him. He couldn't do interviews and speak his side. And yeah, I know a lot of people be like, oh, well, he could have went live and said this and said that. Really? And get all his pages taken down? Like, quarantine radio was a big thing. People was looking forward to that. Me personally, I used to tune in when he was in the studio. So, risk all that just to slander somebody back? No. Put out an album? Yes, that was a great idea. That was a great idea. But I digress. I already spoke on the friends thing. But as far as it pertains to, like, him already having, you know what I'm saying, certain situations going on, like, yeah, I commend Meg for, I guess, not telling the whole truth in that situation. I don't feel like she didn't tell the truth because the cops are killing black men. I don't feel like that was the reason. I just don't. I don't feel like that was the reason. I feel like she didn't tell the whole truth because she wanted to give Tory and Kelsey time to suck up to her. And I guess when they didn't do it in enough time, or when the people that are behind Meg didn't feel like it was the right time, or when Tory didn't comply with whatever they wanted him to comply with, that's when they just was like, all right, push the button. That's how I feel. Once again, this whole situation could have been avoided if everybody would have took accountability. So like I said in my last video when I broke stuff down, everybody's wrong. Everybody's guilty. You feel what I'm saying? I don't feel like Meg got hit on purpose. I don't feel that way. I feel like it was a situation that should have been handled a whole different way, and that wouldn't even became a thing. Like, the whole party situation would not have become a thing because you would have been chilling with your homegirl, side-eyeing this nigga together, talking about this nigga together. Y'all wouldn't have been into it like that if Meg would have just said, hey, you know what I'm saying, this is what it is. And why do I put the blame on Meg in that situation? Because that's your so-called best friend. So if you felt like it was okay to get with her man, you should have felt like it was even more okay to tell her. And I don't really, at this point, I don't really care if Tory would have been like, nah, I ain't do this, I don't do that. Like, come on now. We're dealing with industry people. So yeah, that's my take. I feel like nobody won in this situation. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Meg won and da-da-da-da. I don't feel like Meg won in real life. And I'm pretty sure she really don't feel like she won in real life. She probably knows she didn't win in real life. I feel like Kelsey didn't win ultimately. And obviously we know Tory didn't win. So, I mean, on the surface, or at least from what we could see, you know what I'm saying? From what we could see, it doesn't look like nobody won. However, we never know what's going on in the backstory or in the backstage, whatever the case may be. Because these are industry people. These are entertainers. So, we love entertainment, right? They gave us just that with this case. But other than that, I will catch y'all in the next one. Once again, I hope y'all are enjoying your holidays with your loved ones. I'll probably be posting more. I don't know. We don't even know. Like, I gotta get this content out for real, but it just be new stuff happening all the time. But yeah, man, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all, and I will catch y'all in the next one.